And nobody can help you more than you can help yourself at the end of the day. You know, and I know this is hard to, you know, I know this is hard, but it's time somebody keeps it real with you. And I've been listening to you for a long time. If anybody follows Say Cheese, you know, Say Cheese rock with KODAK. You know, you are a Florida legend. You are the greatest to come out of Florida. You help your community. You are accessible. Somebody got to keep it real.
All right, y'all. Let's get into this. KODAK Black. Sean Cotton is reacting to KODAK Black's current state and letting him know, man, somebody has to tell him that he got to get off the drugs. Let's get into this, y'all.
KODAK Black. Somebody got to keep it real with you, man. Somebody has to finally keep it real with you, bro. You got to put the drugs down. You have to put the drugs down. I've been saying it publicly, time after time. I'm a fan. I'm a supporter. Fans are allowed to address how we feel about people that we support. I'm not a yes man. KODAK Black hasn't been the same. And if you have eyes, you can see that he has not been the same. I don't want to hear that he's playing the internet and stuff like that. Yes, you do help a lot of people. Yes, you do help the community. Yes, this is not me attacking you. Yes, you do a lot. Yes, you are talented. Yes, you have potential to be the biggest in the world. But somebody has to keep it real with you, bro. Somebody has to. You have a drug problem. You do. And it's okay. We all have problems. I just got over a crazy sports gambling betting problem. You know? And nobody can help you more than you can help yourself at the end of the day. You know? And I know this is hard to, you know, I know this is hard. But it's time somebody keeps it real with you. And I've been listening to you for a long time. If anybody follows Say Cheese, you know, Say Cheese rock with KODAK. You know, you are a Florida legend. You are the greatest to come out of Florida. You help your community. You are accessible. People can reach you. You put on for your people. But it's time, man. It's time. It's time to shake back, KODAK. And this not me trolling. This not me playing around or trying to be sarcastic. And I know you're upset with me. We had an interview scheduled, and I guess your team or maybe yourself was upset with some of the things I was saying. But this is just me keeping it real with you because I'm a fan and I love your music and I want to see you get back to them 2016, 15 days, man, and you just loving the music, going crazy, being sober, being aware, you know, prospering. I'm not going to sit up here and laugh at you for laying in the street and people think that's a joke. That's not a joke, man. You crying out for help. Somebody needs to step in and keep it real with KODAK. Somebody in this circle. You know, even if he gets mad at you, he's the breadwinner. We don't want to see nothing happen to KODAK. And you keep getting charges and he just caught another drug trafficking charge. How many chances are you gonna get? And I know, you know, fingerprint on it. He's fighting it, innocent until proven guilty. I understand that. But KODAK,
You can get a trafficking charge just for having too much stuff while traveling.
Like, come on, bro. We want to see you get back to that old KODAK. Go watch your music videos. What they're saying in the comments. This is not me trolling. This is not me creating a narrative. This is what people are saying. You know, and I want to sit down. I offered KODAK crazy money to sit down with him in an interview. Not to expose him, but I just want him to express himself. And I want to talk about the music, you know? I want to talk about institution and little B.I.G. Pac, like when you were in your pocket. Like, I want to see you get back to that, you know? And a lot of young boy fans were mad at me when I said that Kodak should be as big as Youngboy, and I mean that. I mean, I was no hate towards Youngboy. He's a hell of a talent, hell of a brand. But it should be Kodak and Youngboy right now. And if you see what I see, it's not. Kodak's kind of let off the gas. Let's keep it real. A lot of y'all are blinded by the jewelry and the money and the fame.
Yeah,
Let's
when he got out,
keep
he was
it
going
real.
hard.
Let's keep it real. We got to put Kodak Black against the wall. We got to pressure Kodak. You're not going to get the best product when you're kissing his ass and you are not keeping it real with him. Let's keep it real. Kodak has not been the same. Me and Charleston White talked about it. Charleston White,
he's
he's
doing
playing
meth.
for the net. No, he's not.
That's crazy.
He's not right. And if that's what he wants to do, cool. But don't lie. I'm a big fan of Kodak. So I don't ever want nobody to feel like I'm, you know? So I just want to address this because of the news today that he got arrested for drug trafficking. And, you know, a lot of people have things to say about it. A lot of people are judging him. He can fix this, man. Everybody goes through situations. Everybody goes through situations. I just beat a crazy gambling habit. And it didn't even fuck me up financially. It fucked up my mind. You know, and I'm going to get to that in other videos. But all of us go through things. All of us are fighting some type of battle. You know, and it's okay. It's 100% okay. And I just want to let Kodak know I'm here for him. You know, you can always come on my platform and we can talk about it. My boy Jimmy, man. Shout out to my boy Jimmy. I'm doing a vlog right now. I was telling him about my gambling situation. Yeah. He's one of the guys who helped me. I just want to say this because everybody's going through something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But on the internet, we got this thing where everybody is perfect. They rich. I'm just talking about the Kodak Black situation, how he just, you know, the drugs, and I'm just letting them know that even I went through something. So
we all human.
We all human, man. So I'm about to get my hair cut. Hey, Kodak, love, bro. Letter to you. Tap in with me, man. Peace. It's a million YouTube channels, but you right here with me.
All right, man, let's get over here to this Gucci Man kidnapping case. Just got darker after Pooh Shiesty new plea. Let's get into this.
She decided to walk into court and do this. Pooh Shiesty, I'm innocent in Gucci kidnapping case. Pooh Shiesty swears he's innocent in his federal kidnapping and robbery case involving Gucci Mane, and he said as much in court. The rapper was arraigned Friday in federal court in Dallas, Texas, and pleaded not guilty to all charges against him. Pooh's lawyer, Ken Schaefer, tells TMZ, as we reported, well, really, as Seti Nash first reported, federal prosecutors filed robbery and kidnapping charges against Pooh, his father, and 7 other defendants, claiming they robbed and kidnapped Gucci and others back in January inside a music studio in Dallas. The feds claim Pooh went to the studio to get Gucci to terminate a recorded contract between the 2 hip-hop stars. Pooh remains in custody, awaiting trial after a judge rejected his bid to get out of jail on a bond. His father previously pleaded not guilty in the case. Ditto for Memphis rapper Big 30. But keep that in mind, all right? Now, if you don't know, let me put you up on game. If you ever wish payday came sooner, this might actually help. There's a banking app called Current with a bunch of useful features. And one of the main ones lets you, like, with barcode on the test, and it's unlocked for like, typically, when somebody decides to plead not guilty or guilty or whatever, the paperwork pops up and then it lets you know, all right, whatever day, blah, 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 and a little bit of here. It's typically 1 to 2 pages. But in this instance, we don't see shit. So I want y'all to look at exactly what's going on, because this is where it gets really, really tricky. So it says, notice as to Latrell Williams Jr. counts 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. Then you go to his dad. He's on counts 1, 2, 3, and 4. And everybody else is on counts 1, 2, 3, and 4, with the exception of Corday Johnson and Kadarius Waters. Their counts 1, 2, 3, and 4 as well. So let's go ahead and see what the hell count 5 is, because you have 1, 2, 3, 4 people: Demarion Gibson, DeMarcus Glover, Darian McDaniel, and Terrence Rogers. They all literally have count 5, while nobody else does. So as we look, I'm gonna start with count 4, because I think that shit is extremely important to notice as well. So count 4 has extortion by force, violence, and fear, aiding and abetting. Then it goes on to say, on or about January 10, 2026, in the Dallas Division of the Northern District of Texas, defendants Latrell Williams Jr. and Sr., Rodney Wright, DeMarcus Glover, Darian McDaniel, Terrence Rogers, Corday Johnson, Kadarius Waters, Demarion Gibson, aiding and abetting each other, did obstruct, delay, and affect commerce, as that term is defined in 18 U.S.C. 1951, and the movement of any vehicle and commodity in such commerce, and that the defendants did unlawfully take and obtain property to wit jewelry, watches from the person in the presence of RD, with that person's consent induced by the wrongful use of actual and threatened force, violence, and fear. And then it goes on to tell y'all what the violations are. But let's look at count 5. These are basically the jackets, because it only says count 5, interstate transport of stolen goods, aiding and abetting. So on or about January 11, 2026, in the Dallas Division of the Northern District of Texas, the defendants DeMarcus Glover, Darian McDaniel, Terrence Rogers, and Demarion Gibson, aiding and abetting each other, transported and caused to be transported in interstate commerce from Texas to Tennessee and elsewhere. Stolen goods, wares, and merchandise. That is jewelry, watches, having an aggregate value of $5,000 or more, knowing the same to have been stolen in violation of 18 U.S.C. 2314. So they are the ones who had the jewelry, and I'm assuming probably some cash or something like that. I don't know, because, they say Gucci got robbed of a lot of money, and he got robbed of, his earrings and all this shit and everything. And, the other dude, I can't remember his name, he had the jewelry up and all this shit, the 1017 chain, bragging on the internet and blah, 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 some more shit. But I'm curious as to, I know exactly why you guys are curious. You guys are like, how in the hell did they specifically choose these cats? Maybe you knew 4, but the other people that were involved, bruh, we only seen where they only named 2 of those cats. So it's really 5 that we're dealing with. Pooh Shiesty, Big 30, Pooh Shiesty Daddy, and the other 2 that they were able to name through the Instagram and all of that shit. What about the others? Then here's the funnier part, and I think they are playing a terrible game, right? So then we go on for the notice of waiver of arraignment and entry not guilty plea as to Latrell Williams Sr. And then you have Latrell Williams Sr. He got this notice of waiver of arraignment hearing. Court finds that defendant and his counsel have signed the waiver, and this court hereby accepts this notice and waiver of appearance at an arraignment hearing and enters a plea of not guilty on his behalf. Yeah, but I find it fascinating, right, that we still don't see anybody else's shit. And I have a theory behind that, because you can see right here, right, we have the 5/5/2026 electronic notice of hearing for Latrell Williams Jr. That's Pooh Shiesty. And then you see right here on 4/29 electric order before they have substitute counsel where they talk about Bradford Cohen and Simon and all them. But let's get really into it. Well, they decided, because you can't really find it unless you deep dive it, to basically damn near hide Big 30's plea deal. I mean, not plea deal, his not guilty plea. Everybody has pled not guilty. Pooh Shiesty was the last one, as far as I can see. But literally, you had to dig for like 20 effing minutes. So if I'm digging 20 effing minutes, that would mean that I really don't want to do it. So my theory, this is merely a theory. The feds want to confuse people as to, you don't know who's telling and who's not telling. You don't know who's cooperated or who's not cooperated. Nobody's played anything. Now, some say, well, now she kind of jump in the boat, bro. Like, of course, nobody wants to plead guilty. Who the hell wants to plead guilty to that? But why won't the feds show it would be my rebuttal. Why won't the feds show it? The feds ain't even showing Pooh Shiesty's damn deal. I mean, innocent shit. We've seen his dad's. But through every record that we can see of people saying shit, Big 30 said, I'm not guilty first. That don't sound odd. That don't strike y'all as odd that why am I only seeing one freaking I'm innocent goddamn piece of paper? Why? It's not supposed to be that difficult. With the feds, all right, maybe a day or two it uploads and all this shit. But the fact you got a deep dive to even find all of this shit, people know like we know. They know the family members of each person is watching channels like this to relay certain things, because lawyers typically ain't gonna tell the family because they can't, because they're not their client. Their client is the person that's incarcerated, but the person that's incarcerated, he doesn't want to talk about shit on the phone. And for the most part, they have different tiers and different floors of shit, and they put everybody in different spots. So that way, you don't know what he's doing, he doesn't know what you're doing, and we don't know what's going on as a whole. So they use channels like this to say, hey, well, Seti Nash said this, and this. Oh, he did? All right, how thorough is he? Man, he the best in the game, man. I'm subscribed to him, man, because he's $15K away from these 2 things giveaway, get on his PlayStation and that Xbox. So I'm subscribed, I'm a visionary. But he said, due to the paperwork he showed, not through his words, bruh, ain't nobody said I'm not guilty. Everybody said I'm not guilty. Now, once again, I would understand it if the feds just went ahead and put this shit all the way out there and said it that way. but they didn't. And I'm one of those where there's smoke, there's fire. So I'm curious if they already know they probably got somebody that's a little shaky. And when it comes time to do what they're supposed to do, if they will. I don't know, because it was 2 people wearing ankle monitors that day. It wasn't just Pooh Shiesty. And we already broke down how Bradford Cohen got his ass fired, man. Once again, I said I would have stuck with him, but Ken Schaefer actually is cool, and Pooh Shiesty ain't broke, so there's that. But y'all, let me know your thoughts on this. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe it's the drugs finally getting to me. Maybe y'all can, see it coming up or something.
Let me tell you.
I'm just saying, man, I don't believe in coincidences like that. Not this way. Not the way that they typically do shit. Now, maybe Texas is just different. But in California, that shit ain't flying. They're all the
All right,
so,
y'all. Let's get into
this.
this. Let's get into this. DJ Vlad speaking on Boosie. We know he's been talking real funky lately, man, and turning his back on all his friends. So it's like, I don't know what Vlad got going. Hopefully, 6ix9ine doesn't get played out, and we don't get tired of his. I stole that shit. Let's get into this though, y'all.
Andrew Schultz.
Yes.
He texted me the other day.
What's he saying?
He said, "Yo, I'm just sitting here, watching you roast comedians that are supposed to be the best at roasting."
Oh shit.
He said the makeup shit is LOL. Shout out to Candace. So
That's hilarious.
This is someone who does stadiums.
Yeah.
Telling me, yo, I'm seeing you roast the dudes who are supposed to be the best. I think that what people forget to realize is that just because I'm behind the camera doesn't mean I haven't been performing for the last 20 years, right? I've literally been in the dirt with some of the best comedians going back and forth and literally doing real-time comedy routines in a certain type of fashion with them for that long. I could speak on camera pretty well. I could formulate routines and so forth pretty well. So it's not just you. You're dealing with someone who really is a professional and is really good at this. So you can't just sit there and replace them with just anyone and think you're going to get a final product like this. You can build up to it and you can create something cool, but you're not doing this by yourself. Like, I am, as much time as you put into it, I put into it. Right. So to think that you're going to get more than me on my platform when I'm doing it right there with you is your ego starting to get out of control. Right? And honestly, look, here's the way I look at shit. Right? Me and Godfrey aren't speaking, but I will tell you this. Godfrey was the first comedian that really just got it, because I wasn't paying anyone back then, right? He would hit me more than anyone else to do interviews because he saw how it affected his bookings, right? I was talking to D.L. Hughley about this the other day. He's like, the thing about these podcasts with comedians is they get to go viral without burning out their main stage content. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They get to go viral with on-the-spot content and still go on stage and do the same routine they've been doing without everyone's, oh, I already saw that shit. This is boring, right? He got it, and he would hit me over and over again. We would do interview after interview. They would go viral, 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 and his bookings went crazy. And he never asked for anything because he was like, yo, I'm making way more money here. Like, yo, I saw Aries. You could ask anybody, anyone in the comedy world. He was doing small clubs when we first started. He did his biggest venue ever, 3,000 people in Connecticut. He did 1,400 people at the Novo in LA, where I went. He got flown out to Saudi Arabia to do that whole comedy festival. Right. He just came back from a UK tour. None of this shit was happening until all the clips started going viral. The clips that I did with him went viral. Like, if you think about it from a long, just you look at it top down. If I was Aries, I'd be like, I don't even care about this fucking appearance fee. Like, yo, I'm doing great off what we're doing. You eat, I eat, we're good. I never asked him for that. But if I was in his shoes, that's what I'd be thinking. The last thing I'm thinking of is, let me keep trying to get more and more thousands of dollars. Like, okay, you were getting 4, so you go up to 6. That's once a month. You do it maybe 5 times a year. That's an extra $10,000 a year. one show will dwarf that.
Yeah.
One show could get you 20, 30,000 if it's a big enough venue, 50,000 if it's a big enough venue. A tour could get you that. So you're nickel and diming me, and that's fine. I don't mind, but I feel like you're missing the whole big picture of what's really happening.
Yeah.
Like, do you think that, like, if Kevin Hart was in your position, would he be doing that, or would he be thinking like, "Yo, I'm trying to level up these. I'm trying to do stadiums.
Right.
What do I need to do, and who do I need to do it with, where I can get to the stadium level, as opposed to trying to dig up in someone's pockets?
It's impossible
to get an
that I
extra
can't get
$1,000.
Right.
That's my thing. That's my thinking. But
two
everyone
people
thinks
on
differently.
Because the
two
way that
channels, like,
you've sort of pioneered doing business with all these different people is that it's almost like you're starting a podcast with
it's
them.
like somebody
However,
reporting on
it's
channel, 'cause
not
like
guaranteed
random
frequency. It's not
videos
like, oh,
from
we're going to do
weeks
this every
ago
week.
just
It's like, we're
coming
going to do
up,
this as
age
often as it
restricted and
makes
shit.
sense, which
So
I
it's
think is
like-
actually pretty smart, because myself, I've developed multiple weekly
crazy.
podcasts, which is good, but then the bad side of it is that sometimes it feels like me and Whack, like we're kind of burning ourselves out. Like sometimes it feels like, maybe this was a little bit more popular in the beginning, but because they've seen us struggle to find topics to hit every week, maybe it doesn't necessally have the
Sound
same
like he's
oomph that it
thinking
had
about
when we
getting
were
rid of
just
Wack.
doing,
I don't
because me
know.
and Whack did do maybe 3 or 4 podcasts before we started doing a podcast regularly. So I think that method of doing it as often as you're able to have a good set of questions is kind of smart. But it also just like really opens the door for these people to like feel like